Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Drew and you're once again watching Drew the Theme Park Dude, and you're back for another video here on the channel. And this video is I'm going to be talking all about my personal opening night experience at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights 30. So yeah, let's get into it, with I guess a brief overall. So I was able to do 8 of the 10 mazes. I will be doing Hill House and Texas Chainsaw later when I go later in this month for the event. But I did do all the other 8 mazes while I had my Express Pass. Just due to a bunch of other factors I'll get into, I just decided to call it a night a few hours early. But I was able to experience all the scare zones, I was able to see the shows, and I was able to do a bunch of other stuff in between, like rides and all of that. So, let's all begin with Stay and Scream. I arrived at the park at around 4:45, went straight to the Beetlejuice Stay and Scream, because I knew even with Express, the wait would probably be about 30 to 40 minutes if I didn't go now, and I just didn't have that time because I was on a little time crunch, and I had to leave by a certain time. Didn't help that it was pouring down rain, but got through Beetlejuice. Very similar to last year. Great run, though. And none of my negative stuff I'm going to be saying in this video are due to really the actors. It's all of just my personal opinions on the house, so props to all the actors. I'll be doing a big ranking at the end of the video of the 8 mazes I did, and I just want to make sure that you guys know that the actors are not affecting that ranking. But, Beetlejuice, it did have less actors, but the actors that were in it performed really well. The sets were really neat. A fun maze, not scary, but it was okay. Then, it started to pour, really pour. So after Beetlejuice, went down to Monsters Cafe, had some dinner, got some merchandise, such as my Halloween Horror Nights 30 Don't Go Alone maze shirt that has all the mazes on the back. Did that. Went through the tribute store. It was pretty cool to see HHN Bear in there and all that. Went out, did Icons Captured. This is definitely one of the best HHN mazes I've ever experienced. I've only been going since Halloween Horror Nights 29 in 2019, so I do not have a ton of mazes to judge it off of, but of the mazes I've been able to experience over the course of the past 3 years, I would definitely say that this is in the top 3, top 4 mazes for me personally. Icons Captured was just an incredible maze. Each room is dedicated to an icon. The actors in there are great. It was great to see icons that I've been watching YouTube videos of for years because I've missed my opportunity to see them in 25. And even before that, not every icon was at 25. So it was just really neat to be able to see every single icon in one maze. And I mean every single icon. Even ones you don't think are icons are in this house. And it's just really neat because at the end is a different winner. It's a little spoiler alert. I had Usher up there on the throne, so that was really cool. And there was another little spoiler, just skip 10 seconds if you don't want to know this. There was a little director scare where the floor vibrates, and I thought that was really unique. And the facade was amazing with the TVs changing on the side with the icons and all that. But yeah, now moving on, we decided to go do Welcome to Scary Horror in the Heartland. This is based in the fictional town of Cary, Ohio. I thought this maze was definitely one of the weaker mazes set-wise and probably scare-wise. It was a very scary house in my opinion, and it kind of lives up to the name, and did have a lot of characters such as H.R. Blood and Guts, Meaty Meats, Cindy, The Hive, vampires, Slaughter Cinema references, just a bunch of characters from past Halloween Horror Nights events. So I did really like that aspect of the house. But other than that, the sets were a little weak. The transitions were kind of confusing because I was still kind of confused. Why am I in this scene? I was just in that scene. There was no transition. Or why am I seeing this character in this room? Oh wait, I changed scenes. So I guess that was kind of an issue. But I guess once the actors get more of a flow of it and more of the event goes on, I feel like that house will definitely go up in my rankings as I get more run-throughs of that house. But as of right now, that is definitely one of the weaker houses in my personal opinion. After that, did Puppet Theater Captive Audience. Was able to see some Nightmare Fuel from there. Really neat show of fire and effects. Definitely recommend that. Puppet Theater, really phenomenal house. Set-wise, I thought it was some of the best sets I've seen in the Halloween Horror Nights maze, especially for a tent. To be able to basically recreate an entire theater, I thought was just really unique and really cool for this specific maze. And also, the scares in there were top-notch. Probably one of the scariest mazes as well at the event. Up there with the other Sprung Tent maze I'll get to in a bit. But, yeah, Puppet Theater, really solid maze. Totally recommend checking it out. Definitely one of the scarier mazes, and definitely has a lot of... One thing I was not a massive fan of, though, in this maze. I'm not a big gore fan, so, this was full of it if you're into that. But I'm not, so that's the only thing that kind of made me a little... And you will be walking through, and the actors do get pretty close to you in that specific maze. But now leaving there, we go into Terra Quintus scare zone. I did skip a couple scare zones, but I'll go back to them in a second. The Terra thing, the actors just came out. This is one of my more favorite scare zones, Gorwood Forest, due to the amount of scares and the amount of people actually walking around. That was really cool. Went straight down to Case Files Unearthed, Legendary Truth. Another phenomenal house for a Shrek theater. Far better than Killer Clowns, which was there in 29. It had a lot of great scares. Definitely wasn't by any means scary in my opinion, but had a lot of decent jump scares that did get me a couple times. A lot of unique scares, and I'm not just meaning like popping out from different angles, like I mean on the floor from up high. There's a lot of big scares as well, like big people in there, like on stilts and other stuff. And it was neat to see Boris Schuster, the detective, tracking down another case. Or, I guess, a bunch of cases. Continuing on, rerun Bride of Frankenstein Lives and Revenge of the Tooth Fairy. Both I thought were great. Bride of Frankenstein, to me, is way better than it was last year. Tooth Fairy, same. You know, I had an issue with that maze last year. I'm not going to get into it too much. If you want to check that out, check out my reviews from last year. It was an okay maze. I'm just not a big fan of Tooth Fairy. I don't know. Bride of Frankenstein Lives, though, phenomenal house. Did add a few scares, did remove some plexi, so that was great. Tooth Fairy, the exact same. Now, saw the marathon of Mayhem Carnage Factory show, starred by Jack. Has a bunch of different segments from the IPs, except for Beetlejuice, has to do probably with licensing, and also has a lot of, I guess, icons featured in that show. Then you go over to my final maze of the night, which was my favorite, spoiler alert, Wicked Growth Realm of the Pumpkin. And Wicked Growth Realm of the Pumpkin was by far my favorite maze at the event. Beautiful house. Well, of the 8 I've done. I still need to do Hill House and TCM, so maybe those could beat it, but I don't know. But as of right now, Wicked Growth is a phenomenal house. Beautiful facade, beautiful sets, beautiful scare actors popping out at you, like, costume-wise. It was just a really great house and had a lot of unique stuff in there that you will not be able to find next door in Puppet Theater or Beetlejuice. It's a really rare type of Halloween-centric house, and if you know, like pumpkins, cemeteries, witch's cabin, graveyard, the Grim Reaper, scarecrows, they're all in there. So that was really cool. And yeah, that kind of concludes it all. Let's go back more to scare zones. 30 Years, 30 Fears I catched while walking out. All the actors were not on stilts due to rain, mild like drizzling. So it was neat to, it wasn't exactly what I thought it was, like there wasn't any icons in there. But it was mainly a photo op zone with a few characters you recognize from past years. Lights, Camera, Action, Eddie's Revenge. Basically a mashup scare zone. Neat to see some characters that I have been watching from videos from years past or even from last year. Seek and Destroy, really interactive scare zone. Actors in there I thought were probably some of the best, like, I guess, active-wise in there because they were all running around and they're chasing you, doing stuff. There was a guy up on the TV doing stuff. It was just a really neat scare zone in my opinion. Now going to the final scare zone, I have to say Crypt TV. I didn't get to see much of Crypt TV because it was raining, but I did get to see the Looksee, who was chasing me, so that was interesting. But yeah, all in all, great event this year. I'm so excited to head back and be able to do a separate video when I do my second visit later on in a few months. Hopefully it'll be a few weeks. Hopefully it will be a vlog style video. I will be at Remy's Ratatouille Adventure Friday, so I don't know whenever this video comes out. Friday, September 10th. I will be at Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, so expect a video from that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please leave a massive like and subscribe. Oh wait, almost forgot. Quick little house ranking. So number 10, I'm going to go with Revenge of the Tooth Fairy. Number 9, Welcome to Scary Horror in the Heartland. Number 8 would be, 8 would have to go to, well, let me just go up from 1. 1, Wicked Growth. 2, Icons. 3, probably Legendary Truth. 4, Beetlejuice. 5, Puppet Theater. 6, Brides. 7 being, well, I didn't do all 10, so I can't, yeah. So then 7 would just be, 7 would be Welcome to Scary, and then 8 would be Tooth Fairy. So, yeah, and then we'll see where 9 and 10 go in that mix with TCM and Hill House when I get to do those. Very excited to go back to this event. Phenomenal work to all the scare actors out there, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and leave a like and comment down below if you lasted this far in the video. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, everyone. See ya. Bye.